Welcome to Ora's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making challah.
Today, we're gonna make some challah. I said today, we're gonna make some challah.
After I make sure I have all my ingredients and kitchen tools ready, I like to start with the yeast mixture. We need 1.5 cups warm water, mixed together with 4 teaspoons of yeast, and add to it 1 tablespoon of sugar. Let the yeast activate for 5 minutes. We're going to mix together the 7 cups of flour, and 1 tablespoon of salt in a glass bowl. Stir it with your wooden spoon to make sure everything's mixed. Next, we dig out a hole in the middle of the flour mixture to pour the yeast into. Now that the yeast is ready, I'm going to pour it into the hole in the flour. Mix together only 3/4 of the flour in the bowl with the wet yeast mixture. I recommend using a wooden spoon.
Today, we're gonna make some challah.
Now I'm going to cover the glass bowl to let the mixture rise for 20 minutes. I usually put it near the stove while I'm preparing other food to keep it warm. I personally prefer to use an electric stand mixer, but I'll show you today how to also combine everything by hand.
Sweet raisins, challah. So get the man l'chaim.
Using a mixer, first combine the flour and yeast together at low speed. Then add the 8 tablespoons of melted butter or margarine that we've prepared in advance.
I'm gonna teach you how to make some challah.
The 4 beaten eggs,
Now get the horseradish. I smell the filter.
and the 8 tablespoons of honey. If you feel the dough is too dry, you can add a couple of teaspoons of water.
With some matzo ball.
Mix well at slow speed for 3 minutes, then at high speed for another 3 minutes until all the dough is picked up from the sides of the bowl.
Chicken soup and matzo ball. Pass the Mendes. Get me the Manischewitz.
If you're mixing by hand, make sure everything is well combined. Cover the bowl again with plastic or a cloth and set it aside to rise in a warm place for 20 minutes.
Who's got the kishka? Nothing like a good old matzo ball.
Now get ready to work the dough with your hands. Prepare your countertop or breadboard to knead the dough.
And who could forget the chicken soup?
The purpose of kneading is to get as many of the air bubbles out as possible. Keep turning the dough over and over on itself. I keep punching it down frequently. It takes about 5 to 8 minutes to really get the dough right.
And then we're gonna have some challah.
Using a clean, large glass mixing bowl, I like to put 1 tablespoon of oil all over the inside of the bowl to make the dough easier to remove after rising. Remember, we're making enough dough for 3 challahs, so you need to use the appropriate size bowl so the dough can rise to double its size. Now we again cover the bowl with plastic and let it rise for 2 hours in a warm place.
We're gonna make challah. Cinnamon.
I'm ready to start kneading again. Look how high our challah dough has risen. Wow, this is going to be a great challah. Now we're going to pour it out onto the prepared surface and sprinkle it with a little flour. Start kneading the dough by folding it over on itself. Again, the goal is to remove as many air bubbles as possible.
Today, we're gonna make some challah. I said today.
Keep punching the dough down and folding it on itself for about 5 minutes.
Cinnamon,
This recipe can be used for 3 medium or 2 large challah. Today I'm going to make 3 challah. Begin by shaping the dough into 1 large oval loaf. Cut it into 3 parts for the 3 challahs. Using 1 section, shape it into a smaller oval loaf. I'm going to make my challah today with 4 rope braids, therefore I need to cut the section into 4 pieces. The braids of your challah can be a mix of the different fillings. Roll out each piece to create a flat oblong braid rope. Sprinkle it with cinnamon and with raisins, which have been optionally soaked in sweet red wine and brown sugar. You can also use prune jam and white raisins for a different flavor. Begin rolling the flat dough with filling into long ropes, making sure to tuck the roll tightly together so the filling doesn't come out. Pinch the end over the roll to finish. You can always leave out the filling and just have a plain challah rope.
Challa, for the holy Sabbath, I said challah.
Before I start to braid the challah, I need to prepare the baking tray. Line the flat baking tray with parchment paper and then place your 4 challah ropes lengthwise on the tray. You'll see each rope identified here as A, B, C, or D. This way you'll see how the braid is constructed. Start by crossing B over A, then A over C, then D over A. Continue to follow the sequence as displayed in the video.
One over the other. Braid the ropes together. One over the other.
Be sure to pinch the ends of the braided loaf together and shape the whole loaf lengthwise with the flattened palms of your hand, tapering the ends.
I'm gonna teach you how to make some challah. And when you're done, you can have some brisket raisins.
Let the loaf rise, uncovered, for 1 hour.
Sweet raisin challah. So get the man l'chaim.
Now that the beautiful challah braids are rising, we need to prepare the oven. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Place a glass baking dish with water on the lowest tray to moisturize the oven for the challah. Next, let's prepare the glaze. We need 2 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of water, and 1 tablespoon of oil mixed together. Use a soft pastry brush to spread the glaze over the top of the unbaked challah braid.
Who's got the kishka?
Use a soft pastry brush to spread the glaze over the top of the unbaked challah braid. Make sure to cover the whole top and get into all the crevices. This glaze will produce a lovely golden crust on your bread. As an option, you can also sprinkle sesame seeds or poppy seeds on top. The challah is also beautiful just plain.
It's time for the breaking of the bread. I hope you enjoyed. Next time, I will teach you to make a filbatish.
Everything is ready for baking. Place the challah dough on the top rack of the oven. Keep the water-filled glass baking dish in the oven during baking. It should take about 25 to 30 minutes to bake the challah completely.
We're gonna make some challah tonight. Good Shabbos.
I hope you enjoyed baking with me today. I look forward to having you join me on my next video where we're going to make healthy, delicious whole wheat bread. Looking forward to seeing you.
L'chaim, 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 l'chaim.